What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of CMA Podcast. How is everybody doing? Good to be back. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. All right. Yeah, guys, I've been busy. I've been on hiatus. I've not been motivated to set up and talk the way I've been doing. I've missed doing the podcast. I've missed setting up. I've missed talking about current events and fighting and training and the gym and current, like everything that's going on in our lives right now. I've also been I'm sick of seeing what's on the news, on social media, so I've taken another break from that. Not as hardcore as the last time, but definitely limiting my usage to what is being pushed in our faces every day and what political side of the spectrum we should think with and what we should believe as fact, and misinformation is the big one. And yeah, I've just been questioning a lot of things, and here I am back again. It's draining. Like when you've got a podcast going and you got to know what's going on, and you don't want to sound like you're winging anything. You got to know what's going on, and you got to get the information. You got to get your opinion sorted. You got to sound like you know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? And it's been tough. It's been really tough. Also with the podcast, you get sucked into analytics. I think I've mentioned this before in another episode. You want to know what is being said about your podcast. You want to know the numbers. You want to know where it's being watched. You can see when people click off, when people are fed up of a topic or topic goes too long or whatever. So yeah, I've been obsessed with that as well. And yeah, I get it. Social media and YouTubers and podcasters, it's an animal. It's a beast. So a couple of weeks break, maybe a month break, I don't know. And here we are. You get the fire back, you know. There's the no give up. I mean, people were saying, did you give up? Did you quit? I'm like, no. You just got to take a break. Take stock of what you're doing. I have not been... I talked about this with Burt Green on the last episode. I'd not been motivated to sit down and invest time into fights or UFC or boxing or any of these sports right now. We're going through a very transitional phase in combat sports, where Twitter and trash talk and, you know, numbers and OnlyFans for the girls, and it's just like... Fighting isn't what it used to be. I talked about this at training with Noel at the week, or before the weekend. Back in the day, these fighters were killers. Right now, these guys are businessmen. They're looking to get the win. They're looking to get their money, their sponsorship, their outside of the ring deals. And for the hardcore fight fans, it's kind of like, ugh, you know, boring and theater and just drama. And it's just like, nah, guys, we just want to see you guys take each other's heads off in the ring. You know what I mean? But some can be entertaining. I'm a complete hypocrite when it comes to things like this because, and I get backlash for this, I'm a huge Jake Paul fan. I love what he's doing. He started off not doing it in the best way possible. He started off very nerdy and very annoying with his videos. But he's talking about some real cool topics like fighter pay and what the guys should be making. And I've also talked about this with Burt Green. You get paid what you agree to, contract. You get paid accordingly, the numbers that come in. When you start off, you don't get the big bucks. You got to prove yourself. And I agree with that. But when, you know, you get people making fools of themselves, like Tony Ferguson in his last fight at the press conference, talking about insurance for after you retire. I'm sorry, sir, you've got a killer on the other side of the podium looking to take your head off at the weekend. You got to focus on that guy, not on insurance for the other fighters and you after you retire. And he's got this little gimmick where he tries to sound passive aggressive, and it doesn't really work because that's a really stupid way to make an argument. And it's disingenuous. It's theater, and then he ends up getting a boot to the chin, and he looks like a fool. So, and this all, you know, you can't talk about fighting without mentioning Conor McGregor. This chair keeps going down, man. Need to buy new chairs. I'm high energy today, man. This is my first one back on my own in quite a long period of time, so I have a lot to say and less time to say it in. I'm a huge Jake Paul fan. I love what he's doing. I love the non-nerdy route that he's taken now. And he's fighting a guy that Chael Sonnen keeps calling Will Fleury, who I know a Will Fleury, and I wonder, is something going on there between Chael Sonnen and his push with Will Fleury? Tommy Fury announced for, I think, Madison Square Garden, sold out in minutes. Jake Paul, YouTuber, Disney, former Disney star, comes in, learns how to box, and has been on a winning streak since he began. So he's able to sell out Madison Square Garden after 4 fights, 3 fights, 4 fights, something like that. And you get these guys fighting for years, dedicating their lives, getting into the UFC and getting paid peanuts. So there's a lot to be said for what's going on in the fight world and the entertainment era and the drama and the Twitter. But I just want to see good fights. One of my favorite fighters of all time, Donald Cerrone, was supposed to fight Joe Lozon twice in the last month, and both fights pulled out. Devastated. Donald Cerrone, cowboy, he went for a meal after the weigh-ins last month and got food poisoning and was getting sick and had diarrhea for like 20 hours and was done by fight time. Joe Lozon last week pulled out something in his knee and couldn't like make after the weigh-in, or couldn't make the weigh-ins or something like that. Wanted to see that fight. 2 great fighters, legends of the game. Dana said that they're not going to rebook it for the 3rd time. It's like Tony versus Khabib. Devastated with that one. Not a lot happening in the boxing world. I asked a few guys this week, hey, what's going on in the boxing world right now? And you're not allowed to mention Jake Paul, and none of them could mention a fight that was coming up. Canelo lost. I don't know, Lomachenko, is he fighting anytime soon? He lost his last fight. It's kind of like Deontay Davis. Is that the guy that beats his wife? I don't know. Maybe it is. Floyd Mayweather talking about another exhibition. I saw Conor McGregor talking about another exhibition with Floyd Mayweather. I checked out Conor McGregor's social media during the week. Here's a prediction. He's going to fight again. He's going to lose. He's going to lose his mind. And I think he's going to be single within 2 years. Whoa, what a prediction. Yes, it is. Whenever you see a couple on social media talking about how much they love each other in their own posts, you know something's up. You know it's toxic. You know they're just trying to show that they're in love. This is a hard prediction. You never want to root for someone's demise in this sense. But their verbal vomit in the comment section, I checked out his social media during the week because I don't follow the fucker. But I checked it out just to see what he's been posting so I can maybe dissect a little bit and make an opinion. He should stop fighting. But what do I know? I'm just a guy with a microphone who doesn't fight. Nothing good comes from what he's going to do in the next year, 2 years in the ring or the cage. He's going to bring the numbers. He's going to bring the money. He's going to make a lot of money, but I don't think he's going to be the Conor McGregor that he was in 2014, 15, 16. I think he's just got to stop, because another loss, you know, like another one of my favorite fighters, Chuck Liddell, after he fought Rich Franklin, that should have been it. Your chin can only take so much. Your brain can only take so much. Your body can only take so much. And he went in and fought Tito. I'm like, Chuck, dude, bro, come on, man. Come on, man. But I feel for Conor McGregor. He needs to have that, I'm in the spotlight, I'm the main event, I'm the guy. You were the guy. You got to stop. You're embarrassing yourself. The last fight, even the trash talk after he lost, totally checked the kick, broke his leg. But what the fuck do I know? You know what I mean? What else is there, guys? Not a lot going on in the fight world for me. Not a lot going on in the podcasting world for me. I got to start reaching out to see if I can get some more guests on. As I said, I do this in my spare time. I don't have a lot of spare time as of late. Family life, work life, gym life. Speaking of the gym, I do know a couple of people who are asking questions. And before, like 6 months ago, I was getting kind of anxious and worried that people were starting to ask questions as to what's going on with CMA. There's one Google review, and I traced it to a guy in Zurich who suggests that the gym is fake and that it shouldn't be on Google, it shouldn't have a website, it shouldn't have a podcast. Sir, if you watch the podcast, you are welcome. There's a plane outside circling my apartment and I forgot to close the window. What a fool. I don't even remember that guy's name. Sir, in Zurich, 50 minutes up the road, please come to Lucerne. Mondays, 6 to 7. Tuesdays, maybe 6 to 7. And definitely Wednesdays, 6 to 7. We do boxing outside. The pandemic destroyed companies. We were smart. We made some very good business decisions. And we took a little break from the gym and being inside and overheads and contracts and money because myself and Evo have full-time jobs. So we weren't going to do the fleecing of clients and the fleecing and stress that what it takes to keep a business going during the pandemic. So we got outside. We did classes outside for free for 1 year, sir. Need to address this. Going to get a little angry now. That obviously was not a sustainable thing due to tax reasons and, non-profit and profit and a limited company. So now we charge $5 per class with no contract. You show up, you train, you give $5 cash, you get a receipt, and that's it. Since the pandemic began, I have been looking for somewhere else to put the gym. I have not found the right contract yet. We were hard negotiating with 3 places last year and 1 place this year. Actually, 1 place last month. I was full sure that we were signing and getting in there. But like every business, it's never as it appears until the contract comes. It's never as it appears until you got to sign on the dotted line. It's never as it appears until you see it in writing. The price was one way, and then it was this way, and then it was this way, and then it was this way. So we're like, hey, what's going on here? Let's evaluate the area. Let's evaluate where we were, not too far away, much bigger place. Why would we pay more for a smaller place in the same location? Makes no sense. Tried to come up with some sort of arrangement and deal and agreement and blinkers. No. So that's why we're not inside right now. I am looking at 2 places this week. The gym is not fake, sir. The gym is real. The pandemic has closed businesses, destroyed families, thrown people over the edge, domestic abuse, violence, alcoholism, drug addictions. People have lost their jobs. People have closed their companies. People are destroyed. And we're all sitting here arguing about masks and vaccines and all this wonderful stuff. And if you're not on the side that the other person that you're arguing with is, Well, then you're an I'm not going to go there. Anti-science, anti-vax, I don't know. But that's why the gym is not a gym right now. We are outside. We are training outside, but the brand, the gym, the company, it's all still active. It's all still going. And I cannot wait to sign a deal that is going to get us back inside. I've found a boxing gym. No, excuse me. I found a boxing ring that I'm looking to purchase to put in the gym. I want to get the boxing bags up. They're all in storage. And that's the end of it. We're still alive. We're still looking. We're still motivated. Last month, I was kind of like worried that we're looking foolish because it's been too long. But then I thought, I don't give a fuck what people think. And I'm the boss. I've worked with a lot of people who make a lot of complaints and who moan and bitch. And I'm like, hey, you don't own the company. You don't make decisions. You do what you're told. You're an employee. You had a job interview where you told the bosses in HR and the interviewer or the recruiter that you're the person for the job. You just had a good job interview and now you don't give a fuck. Strange. But yeah, we make these decisions that I'm surrounded by much smarter people than me. And if you're not surrounded by smarter people than you, then you're just a loser on a fast track to failure. So I ask questions and I get the answers that I want and I get the hard truth. And I could have signed that deal, but we would have been in a financial tailspin by now. So that's why we're still outside. But I'm still looking. I'm still motivated. This is my brand. I'm happy with it. I want to keep it going. The company is alive. The company is well. The company is financed. And we're looking to get back inside and set everything up and get people in and have fun. Other than that, guys, I got nothing else to say. Concerts are back. I went to Meshuggah last month and I went to Rock the Ring in Zurich last weekend. That was pretty cool. Saw Alice Cooper, Black Label Society, and Accept. That was a pretty cool night. I'm going to go see Robert Plant. I'm a huge, huge Led Zeppelin fan. And Robert Plant is playing in the Montreux Jazz Festival this year. I'm going to go see Robert Plant. Fuck the sponsors. So here we go, guys. I'm out. Thank you very much for listening. Do not forget, if you don't want to watch my ugly mug on YouTube, we're also available on Spotify. We're also available on your iPhone on Apple Podcast app. For the YouTubers that watch on YouTube, you will be helping me so much if you hit the like button. Also, if you make a little comment, it could be an emoji, a thumbs up, a cool podcast. Dave, you're awesome. Keep it going. Love the hat. Things like that. Share it on your Facebook if you want to support me. That's the only thing I want from you guys. Next week, I'm going to do my best to get more podcasts out, more guests in, talk about the fights that are coming up, and hopefully not sound like I'm on steroids and cocaine at the same time, because I realize I'm talking fast with no breaths. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Look after yourselves, and we'll be in touch again. Follow us on social media at City Martial Arts on Instagram. Rock and roll.